Lately, I've been watching the news and monitoring social media, and every day I see the death tolls rising in the Middle East, making me sad, mad, and frustrated that nothing's being done. Kids, women, men are dying because they're fighting for their rights and for their country. But all people do seem to watch the news and almost give up and have a negative mindset that nothing's ever going to work. Since I was born, which was 1 month after 9/11, throughout my life I've experienced war in my country and hate against it when I traveled to the Western world. When I was 9 and lived in Canada, I experienced lots of hateful comments and questions that to me were ridiculous. Like once, this kid came up to me and I was really mad at that time, but I couldn't blame him because he asked me, "Have you ever seen Bin Laden? Does your country kill people for no reason?" I couldn't blame him because that's all he saw on the news, and that's all because that's our problem. The Middle Easterns give up the negative energy on news and have this negativity in news from the big rulers who kill their own people, from these jihadists who claim to be Muslim and blow themselves up. But we, the global citizens, need to come together and promote peace and try to teach people that peace is the only way to go. I always see Palestinians and Israelis working together and helping each other in businesses. As I am Palestinian, this is a personal anecdote that I've seen, that how two people that hate two countries, two people from two countries that really hate each other come together and promote peace. My cousins, my family is a very poor family in Palestine, and my cousins would do anything to find jobs. So they go down to Israel and they try to find jobs in supermarkets, bakeries, and so on, and anything they can put their hands on. My cousin worked for a supermarket, and his manager was obviously a very religious Jew. My cousin would work every single day, long hours of the week, just because he can get enough money to build himself a house and to buy his wife a ring for him to get married. When the day came for him to buy the ring and put the deposit for the house, my cousin realized that he had no money. So he was very embarrassed to tell his parents and tell his wife that he couldn't do anything. So while he was at work that day, he was in the back room crying and trying to find a way how he can get the money. His manager, the religious Jew, entered into the back room and saw him crying. After he talked to him and asked him what was wrong, and my cousin tell him that he had no more money and he was embarrassed to tell his parents, it took my cousin a long time to open up because this is very embarrassing for him. After 1 week, my cousin was still working and trying to get as much money as he can. One day it was the weekend, and my cousin was at home with his family and his soon-to-be wife, planning everything out. The next day when he went to work, he figured out that he was promoted to being a manager. When he was working, his manager came in and told him that I promoted you because I feel that this is all you need, and he helped him by promoting him and giving him extra money so that he can be happy and not embarrassed anymore from his family, and so he can actually pay for his house and for his marriage. This is a very good example because a religious Jew wouldn't even let a person who was not a believer touch his food, but this Jewish person, Israeli person, helped helped a person of another country where people think there is a big war happening between them. This is what the whole world needs to do. Spread peace between both people who you're against, and we have to care to understand people. What I have learned from the story is a lack of ambition for people relating to this topic. People should strive to be global citizens, like my cousin's boss, and try to put aside culture, religious, and political beliefs in order to spark a change. By being a global citizen, people will care to understand people's views, beliefs, and backgrounds. Rather than ignore some people being different, I encourage every one of you to care to understand other people, because I truly think that's the only way we can get over the war in the Middle East and bring back the days where everyone was in peace, where people put aside their differences and work together to better countries. And if we all forward care to understand and become global citizens, we can bring back the peace in the Middle East and make the world great again. And if that doesn't work, we can build a wall.